Welcome to the channel. We'll be discussing an incident that took place over the weekend in New York. You may be aware of a video involving Kai Cenat, a prominent YouTube and Twitch streamer. Kai thought it was a good idea to invite his millions of followers to Union Square with the promise of a PlayStation 5 and gift cards. You would think that Kai's stature and access to resources, he would secure necessary permits and inform local police to ensure safety. Unfortunately, this was not done, and we can only assume Kai is a dumbass. This could have really ended badly. There were some minor injuries and lots of property damage. Now we're going to take a look at some additional footage as well as another reckless YouTuber that feels Kai is not to blame.
Inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. At least 3 officers were injured and 65 people have been arrested. We have live team coverage tonight. Stephanie Bertini is taking a look at all that damage done to the neighborhood and businesses. But let's start with Teresa Priola live in Union Square with the latest from police. Teresa.
Yeah, Natasha, Union Square is back to normal tonight, as you can see behind me, and that is remarkable considering what unfolded here just a few short hours ago. What began as basically a pop-up giveaway by a celebrity YouTuber devolved into a massive riot involving teenagers and kids.
It became a total mayhem. We were like huddled behind a tree because people started running and there was really no which way for us to go.
What started as a peaceful PlayStation giveaway in Union Square by the wildly popular Twitch and YouTube star Kai Cenat devolved into this pandemonium, the likes of which we don't usually see even in New York City.
Very big riot. It was just out of control. It was just a whole movie, mad people, a lot of mad chaos.
The NYPD got wind of the event around 12:30. At that time, only about 300 people were here. For a long time, it was peaceful. But then Cenat's post went viral. Thousands flooded Union Square, and when Cenat showed up, chaos ensued.
This event grew exponentially, rapidly, fast. And again, this is the power of social media.
According to the NYPD, once Union Square was wall-to-wall kids, there was no stopping the destruction. Subway service was suspended in the area. Streets were shut down. Construction equipment was used as weapons. Bottles were hurled. Some thought they heard gunshots. Turns out it was firecrackers. It was riotous conduct verging on illegal and dangerous behavior.
Young people destroyed our vehicles. My car's destroyed. Commissioner Daughtry's car is destroyed. Other police vehicles are destroyed. They destroyed food carts. They destroyed stores. When we started clearing the young people out here, young people ran through the streets of this city, taking plates off people who are outside dining, throwing their plates at police officers.
Cenat has yet to make a formal statement on any of his social channels. He's still being questioned by the NYPD, who say charges are forthcoming.
He's going to be charged with multiple counts. At least 2 counts of inciting a riot.
65 people were arrested today, 30 of them underage. Cenat boasts over 20 million subscribers on Twitch and millions more on YouTube and other channels. He's a kid from the Bronx who made it big during the pandemic, reaching the kind of fandom rarely experienced by even some of the biggest celebrities and entertainers in the world. And as far as injuries are concerned, 3 officers were injured, 4 civilians were taken to local hospitals, one of which was a 17-year-old. Police initially thought he was shot. Turns out it was the fireworks. Natasha, that number is likely much, much higher than what is reported, but a lot of these injuries are things that wouldn't necessarily be told to police or somebody wouldn't show up to the ER with them. That's the latest from Union Square tonight. Back to you in the studio.
Unbelievable image.
65 people were arrested and at least 3 officers were injured. Honestly, I'm quite surprised that it was only 65 people. It got so bad that the police were asking people to leave and they wouldn't be charged. Let's get to the next clip. I apologize in advance because you're about to hear some BS, but I implore you to stick around because his millions of followers are also co-signing on this nonsense.
They're going to be like black agitators. Look at what they're doing to cops. Like, you're going to see Fox News coverage on this shit going crazy. I can see Donald Trump talking about this, being like, look, crime in New York City. Crime in New York City. Look, when I was president, I wouldn't have allowed this to happen. Joe Brandon. Of course, people with time to watch people play video games all day would also have time to go out and cause a riot, get a job. Telling people to get a job when they're like very clearly 12-year-olds is pretty funny. Nobody's got anything better to do. They're all fucking children. You know what I mean? It's like, calm down. Look at this. Look, like, they're all kids. Like, you can tell they're all kids. There is nothing these fucking losers hate more than like teenagers getting rowdy. They fucking lose their minds. Okay. Oh, geez. Jesus, the Republican media is gonna fucking, they're gonna make mincemeat out of this. They'll be like, look at all these Zoomers that are out of control. Look at all these black teenagers that are out of control. Crime is out of control. This is the narrative that they'll run and make it a larger issue. This is what's happening right now. They're getting things under control by arresting them. The maximum amount of violence, if there was no crowd crush or anything that happened there, the metric ton of violence that will occur on this day will happen at the hands of cops that are brutalizing and beating the shit out of teenagers, children. Now, do I think it is irresponsible? Do I think it got out of control? Absolutely. But let's be fucking really clear on this, okay? At first, due to fears that there would be additional commotion that would actually harm a bunch of people's lives, they didn't do a lot of like pushing and you know, tear gassing or anything like that, which was good. They were handling the crowd decently well. I hate to hand it to the NYPD in any capacity, but they were doing all right. Of course, now that the actual commotion is over because they successfully did this, now they're gonna move on and start actually throwing bracelets at kids, beating the shit out of them.
This is video from earlier, to be clear, but Checky Beckford is
Oh
standing by.
no,
Checky?
a cop got hit in the face with a fucking water bottle, dude. Drop a nuke on him. Let me explain something to you guys, okay? The water bottle being thrown at a cop, that's not great. It's not nice, right? They're showing that as like gross depictions of violence. They're like fucking trying to kill cops. Look at this. And then they glance over imagery of police officers arresting people, arresting teenagers with their fucking entire body weight on them. What do you think is more violent? Getting hit in the head by a fucking water bottle or like being physically apprehended and handcuffed? One is seen as a violent act because it is against cops, which currently hold the state's monopoly of violence.
And his whole kiosk was ransacked. All the ships were broken and pulled apart. Things were taken off of it. And he was saying that he was injured because he was trying to stop the kids, and they hit his head, his neck, his back. The gentleman is in his 60s. And, you know, he was talking to EMTs that were there and talking to the police that were there, giving them a report of what happened. But, you know, a totally just innocent victim in all this, that he was just doing his job, going about his day, and his business got ransacked there. But from where we are here, you know, it does that the officer of circumventing them in that sense. And from my perspective, that's...
I fucking despise local media, dude. There you go. There is no better representation of how dog water local media is and how much they exacerbate like narratives that you see on Fox News. What role they play in the boomer reactionary pipeline. Local media talking about $3 worth of fucking Doritos. Like, you know, there was a bank run or some shit. Like, also want to fucking make it seem like, you know, this is a riot.
This clown, this idiot, he's an entitled leftist prick that will advocate for your destruction while he lives in his $3 million gated community mansion. See, he will report the news, but when it suits his narrative, but when it comes down to actually doing something or even helping the people that he feels that are being persecuted, he won't do a damn thing. He's going to stay in his mansion, make videos, while his idiot followers continue to support him. And these are the people voting in America. This isn't a situation where it's kids being kids. These kids do not care about law enforcement. They sure as hell do not care about personal property. And once it ends up in your backyard, you'll be the one on the news crying, and nobody's going to give a damn because you voted in leaders that are soft on crime. Time to wrap this video up. I'm going to leave 2 more clips on here for you guys to enjoy.
Hey, nigga, I got the PS5.
You got the PS5?
I got the PS5.
You see that shit?
Nah, what you doing? What you doing?
Just wanted to see it.
You not touching this? You know what I just went through for this PS5?
You risk your life to get a PS5?
Of course, bro. Who wouldn't risk their life for a PS5? I'll take a couple bruises and broken bones. I got a PS5 for free. Let me put you on, though, gang. All right, so I'm in a crowd. Niggas pushing everybody. I'm going from this side to this side. I'm getting tossed around this shit. So now I'm running, gang. Fucking bottles, cans, rocks. I'm getting low. I fell, bro. I started getting stomped on like I was a fucking roast. I get up on bad time. The cops was mad deep. It was like 100 cops on the block with riot shields. Feel like I was in Call of Duty. All the cops gonna grab me up and gonna smash my head through a fucking window. That's why I got the head wrap. I get in the crowd. Niggas hit me in my head with a can of soda. All right, so at this point, I'm mad. I'm furious, nigga. I'm over here getting bruised up. Still ain't got no PS5. The cops gonna shut it down. They shut the shit down. KC3 had to leave. So now I'm britching. I see a little nigga with a PS5. I'm sorry, bro. I had to push up on him.
You snatched the PS5 from a little Timmy?
I don't give a fuck, bro. It was every man for theyself. I went to war for this PS5. And that's basically what happened, gang. I'm gonna have to get Lodo, bro, because I ain't trying to get my shit snatched. Be safe out here, my boy.
All right, bro.
That's a football. You think y'all put a football behind them, bro? Nah, be for real, bro. Nah, yeah, that shit's good. Oh, she really got it! Nah, no way.